Hey you guys, it's your girl Roselena and welcome back to my channel. And it's been long awaited, but I am back finally with more videos, and I'm going to start with a very long awaited video because I actually got my eyebrows microbladed 2 months ago and maybe a few days by now. And I just finally have time to film this and share basically my experience. So before I get started, I was going into this knowing I was going to document it and everything like that because it is pretty expensive, and I was looking up other people's experiences before I actually got it done or was looking into getting it done. So yeah, if you guys are interested in hearing about my microbladed eyebrows, just stay tuned. So to start with, I'm gonna let you guys know where I got this done and how much it cost me. So if you guys are new to my channel, I am from Raleigh, North Carolina, and I got this done in my town from just a, I guess, company I found on Instagram. I was looking up hashtags and found the few places or a few people who service microblading in my town, and this place was, I would say, like one of the top ones, and honestly their prices were lower than the other ones, and I just really love their pictures and all of their IG stories or highlights and stuff like that. So I picked them, and it was relatively close by because they have 2 locations. So the place I actually got it done, let's just say that, was from a place called Arch and Edge on Instagram. I will link them below. I also am going to insert videos and photos of the before and afters. Now, talking about how much I paid for my service, first, well, I guess with most, I saw you need to do a microblading and then a touch-up. So my actual microblading I got done, that was $350, and you had to pay a deposit, which is very understandable. So I think that was actually a very cheap price compared to other prices I've heard of other girls in other cities who pay like close to $500 for this service. And honestly, the comparables from what I was looking up by other people doing it, they were just charging honestly $50 more. So the prices are pretty low from what I've heard other places, but that is pretty much how I paid, or how much I paid was $350 for my first session, and then for the second session and for my touch-up session, which is 4 to 8 weeks afterwards, I had to do mine right on the 8th week because I was so busy with work. So yeah, and that was $85. There was no deposit for the touch-up because obviously people do want their touch-ups and everything like that. And also, if you guys are interested in the other services they do lash enhancing and lip blush, and they also do the combo brows. Me personally, I didn't want that because it looks more powdery, and I feel like when I use my dip brow, it adds that powdery look to the brow already, so I just didn't want it to look muddy or cakey in any way. So I just wanted straight hair strokes, which is the microblading, compared to the combo brows, which are strokes and some type of shading that they use, which I personally didn't really need. Alright, you guys, so I am back. I just had a phone call for the last 2.5 hours. So the lighting is now dark outside, but I'm still gonna finish this video, and I believe the last thing I touched on was where I got it and the price. So again, I paid $350 for the microblading, and the touch-up was $85. So if you round that up, it was a little over $400, which is still, no, actually a little under $500. Sorry, I could not do math right now, but it was a little under $500, and I thought that was very reasonable. And the lady at the service who did my microblading was named Lisa Phillip. So if you are interested in who my lady was, it was Lisa. There's 2 women, and yeah, Lisa did mine. So talking about the actual day of the microblading and the experience and like how it felt and everything, I was super nervous because tattoos usually make most people nervous. And I pretty much had the understanding that it wasn't going to be that pleasant, but I take pain very well because I just wait for it to get over with, and I'm happy once it's done. So yeah. And the lady was super nice. Lisa was like, literally, she's only a few years older than me. I think she's 26. So we had a lot to talk about, and she was just chill and down to earth and like me, basically, like just another girl. So I really enjoyed her company and her like conversation and everything beforehand to calm me down. My mom did come and she held my vlog camera. I don't know what the footage looked like because honestly I still haven't even looked at it. I really haven't cared much about it. But my mom held the vlog camera, so if that looks decent, I will insert a clip of that experience and how it looked and everything in the moment. But yeah, I just went there after work and my mom met me on her lunch break and we just got it done. Well, I got it done and it was super quick. It took like probably no longer than an hour and like 10 minutes or something. And the feeling of the actual microblading, let me tell you, that was different. Okay, like I knew it was not gonna be pleasant, but the way it affects you in the moment, you don't realize it until it's happening. So basically, like your eyes are going to water a whole lot. Like it is not, like it feels like a hot cat scratch, like a normal tattoo, or it feels like, to me, like somebody's taking a safety pin and honestly scraping your eyes. And it burns. Like I don't know what it is. Like I don't know what it is, but something about like that area of your eyebrows is just super sensitive and it makes your eyes water a lot. So my eyes were watering a lot and they kind of burnt. So that was the main thing, like, and it was so uncontrollable. Like I was just laying there and I'm like, oh my God, like it was just like, and along with your eyes watering and burning, your nose stings. And to me, like my nose was just getting congested as hell. Like it was so weird. And it honestly didn't happen as much the second time. I'm not really sure why. Probably because it didn't take as long and the numbing was more closer together. Because the second time I noticed that whatever in the process of what she was doing, there was some type of numbing anesthetic in that ink. I think the ink had numbing in there because I don't recall her putting anything. I don't know. I feel like she was putting on a numbing anesthetic in between going back in there. Like it's hard to describe unless you got it done, but I feel like initially she put on something to numb, but I feel like when you put on the ink, something in that ink helps numb it because they have to go back over it and that burns way less. Like I don't know how to describe it. Let me know if you guys know what's in the microblading, but I feel like something in that ink helped numb around the second time she went back in of that session because it was so weird. It was like I was numb, she did it hurt a little bit or whatever, and then she put on the ink to let it set in and wiped it off and then went back over it to fill in even more, and then that time it hurt way less. Like I don't know. Let me know if you felt the same when you've gotten your brows done, but I swear there's something in that ink that helps it the second time when they keep going back in to keep it from being so raw and like painful. So yeah, the feeling was, you know, I was just thinking in the moment, like what I always think, this will be over, you will get what you want, and all this will be worth it. This pain is technically what you paid for. So that helped get me through. And like I said, the first like official microblading session, that took probably like an hour or an hour and 10 minutes max, because she had to like measure, and it was a lot of tedious things, but the touch-up is very simple, so that took probably 40 minutes at the most. And yeah, so I'm also going to show you guys like the videos as it went on from my healing process. So after the first microblading session, I was given a kit that I was also given the second time too. It was just basically an ointment and an application, little applicator thingies to like apply to your brows to keep them moisturized and everything like that, and to keep them healing right. Because honestly, with tattoos, your skin is just gonna get dry and start peeling, which I got very little of peeling both times around. I probably peeled close to the end of that week from the day I got it done. Like say I got my, I don't really know exactly what days I got it done. I don't want to check my email for that. But say I got my microblading done on a Wednesday, I would start to see the peeling, aka to me the healing, because once you peel, you're pretty much healed at that point. I still applied makeup the day after I got both of these sessions done, so I was a little nervous about that, but you know, it was fine. They peeled like flawlessly, and honestly nobody noticed, because again, I was wearing brow products, and I would notice when I would wash my face and exfoliate, like I saw a little flake or whatever on the little, where I really had no hair, like on the little arch areas, I would see like a peel or whatever. I took a clip once a week after I got started basically. So the clips you'll see is like 1 week after my session.
Your tracks today.
2 weeks after my first session. I don't know if I took a third clip after, because honestly, after the first week, after you peel, you're pretty much done. Like, I think they just want to make absolutely sure that like everything is all healed up and gonna look how it's gonna look before they go back in for more. But after, to me, the first week, you're pretty much like done with the whole healing process. So I didn't really take that many clips. I just took monumental clips, like after the first week, the second week, and I think like after the first week of the second session and so forth. And also I took a clip before I got started and did my makeup for this video. So you'll see what my brows look like on my face right now. Summing everything up about my whole experience and everything, I really do love my eyebrows. They make everything so much easier. Like, I always feel like my eyebrows are really on point every time I do them now. I don't have to worry about not getting the arches right. They're pretty much already there. So to me, like, microblading is like a good blueprint of how you want to do your brows every day. And I feel like also if you got a man and you don't want to wake up looking crazy, it's definitely like permanent makeup, you know? And I feel the same thing with lashes, which is pretty much like my next endeavor is getting lash extensions. So yeah, but I really do like my microblading experience. The only thing I would change about my experience is maybe I won't go to the same exact person to get them done. I really feel like I emphasized heavily, especially the second time, because it was going to be pretty much the final time of the whole, you know, experience of me knowing like what it was going to look like and if I was satisfied. So I did emphasize really the second time that I wanted them to be a little bit more thicker and fuller. The ends are perfect, but I just didn't want my brows to look so skinny throughout, you know what I'm saying? And I get I didn't have really any hair to work with before, so my brows did come a long way. I just really want that fuller brow. I was keeping it safe, so I was trusting everything she was saying, and I do love them. However, I do really wish that she could gotten a little bit more fullness in the front, like what I do in my normal brow, or what I do normally when I wear makeup. I just feel like the brows are definitely a lot thinner than I wanted, because I just kind of wanted to like fill it in like girls do who already have hair, and just be like boom boom. I'm doing a lot less, but I'm still doing something to my brows, if you know what I'm saying. So I feel like if I'm gonna be spending $400 on something, I really feel like I just wish that she would have went a little bit more fuller. That is my only gripe, and that is just my honest truth. No hate on Arch and Edge. I'm still recommending them. I am so happy with my service. If you guys are considering microblading, it definitely makes your life easier. If you want to wake up cute, run out of the house cute. I feel like honestly, me and like my mom, and I've realized honestly with researching microblading, a lot of women, and I mean most women, don't have the perfect brows that you would think or see on Instagram or something like that. Like a lot of women suffer from not having full brows. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you pluck them away. Like me personally, I never really had brows to even do. So I didn't do anything to detriment my brows to not really have many going on. I'm so glad I got it done, because I feel so much more like confident when I'm running out of the house and I have like no makeup on, because at least I don't have to do my brows, because I just couldn't leave the house without doing my brows. Like I could have no makeup on, but I need eyebrows. Now, I mean, I could wear eyebrows or I could not wear eyebrows. I still got eyebrows underneath these. So yeah, I am so happy with my experience. And if I could rate my experience, I would honestly give it an 8, like a solid 8. Could have been a little bit more fuller. And you know, if you're paying that much money, I feel like you should get what you want, honestly. All right, everyone, so that wraps up my microblading experience video, and I am super happy you guys checked this video out, and I am back, so I hope you guys check out my other soon to come videos, because you will be seeing this beautiful face once more pretty soon. So until then, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.